From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl, Junior Edition.
Hello friends, and welcome into another episode of Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. It is officially summer, though we've obviously been on summer vacation for a couple weeks now. Last week we enjoyed Rockford Lutheran enjoying a 20-point win over River Ridge. Let's see who our next quarterfinalist will be. Will it be the St. Rita Saints? The Saints have been with us for all three prior seasons of State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. In season one, they made it to the consolation game. Let's see if they can do the same this year. St. Rita, your captain is Wyland. Go ahead and introduce your team.
To my left is Carlo, to my right is Rudy, and to my far right is Austin.
Good luck to the Saints, and good luck to the Wolverines of Willowbrook. This is the Wolverines' second year playing in our tournament. Last year they won a game, made it to the second round, looking to match that performance today and then go farther later on. Leaf, you're the captain. Go ahead and introduce us to your team.
To my right is Colin, to my left is Levi, and to my far left is Lucas.
Welcome in and good luck. The game starts, as always, with the Rockford University buzz-in round. Teams, it's a buzz-in round, so fingers on buzzers. You'll get 10 points for each correct toss-up question. Each team has one chance at it, so if a team is wrong, the other team can buzz in with an answer, and I'll finish the question for you. This is not a conferring round, so no talking with your teammates, each person for themselves. The conferring will come later. So, both teams ready? Match starts with toss-up 1. Name the novel in which the Arkenstone is buried with Thorin Oakenshield after the Battle of the Five Armies. Bilbo Baggins takes a journey out of the Shire in this novel by J.R. That is Willowbrook. Leaf.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit is correct for the first 10 points of the game for Willowbrook. Toss-up 2. Name the musical instrument for which Johann Sebastian Bach wrote his Toccata and Fugue in, that is Wyland.
The recorder.
I'll finish it for Willowbrook. For which Bach wrote his Toccata and Fugue in D minor, which uses this instrument's keyboard and pedals. That is Levi.
The piano.
That's a good guess there. It's the other keyboard instrument of note. It's the organ. Next question. What politician's memoir, Dreams from My Father, describes his early life in Hawaii before he became a senator for Illinois and then the 44th that is Leaf.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is correct for 10 points, 44th U.S. president. Next question. Gerunds behave like what part of speech? By using a word that is usually a verb to represent the action as a thing. This part of speech has common and proper types and can describe an object. That is Levi.
Noun.
Noun is what we're going for there for 10 points. Name the god whose wife Sigyn helped him endure the punishment he received for causing the death of Balder in his role as the Norse trickster god. That is Lucas.
Loki.
Loki is correct for 10 points, the Norse trickster god. What city is home to the decommissioned Battersea Power Station, found just near Chelsea Bridge over the River Thames in England? That is Wyland. Give it a shot.
London.
London is correct for 10 points. The Battersea Power Station is now a protected landmark, and it's been redeveloped into a shopping center. Next question. What disease is commonly treated with metformin, is diagnosed with an A1C test, and has a type 2 that is characterized? That is Wyland.
Diabetes.
Diabetes is correct for 10 points. Next question. What Olympic sport has been dominated by Katie Ledecky with 6 individual Olympic gold medals and by Michael Phelps with, that is Leaf.
Swimming.
Swimming is correct for 10. Phelps specialized in short races of various styles. Ledecky specializes in just long distance freestyle. What adjective describes a pair of angles that share only one point and are opposite each other across 2 intersecting lines, as well as describing any line with an undefined slope, such as the y-axis? Time up there. Tricky geometry question. These are vertical angles and vertical lines. Next question. The Pecora Commission investigated the start of what period of time, which is commonly thought to have started on Black Thursday, October 24th, 1929, with an, that is Wyland.
The Great Depression.
The Great Depression is correct for 10 points for St. Rita. Name the Italian Renaissance artist of the Madonna of the Rocks, who sketched human proportions in Vitruvian Man and also painted the Mona Lisa. That is Austin.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci is correct for 10 for the Mona Lisa. Next toss-up. What rock has varieties called lignite and anthracite and formed from the decay of algae and forests in the Carboniferous period? This carbon-based rock is often burned as fuel. That is Levi.
Coal.
Coal is correct for 10 points for Willowbrook. Next toss-up. In what U.S. state could you drive north from Metropolis on the Ohio River to the Cahokia Mounds and Starved Rock State Park? That is Leaf.
Illinois.
Illinois is correct for 10 points. And that's the final question of the first quarter. We have a score of Willowbrook 70, St. Rita 40 as we go into the volleyball round coming up next. Welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. Before we get back into it with the volleyball round, a very special thank you to our judge today. Andy DeVenti is a trivia buff and a huge fan of the show. More than that, he's a fireman with the Rockford Fire Department. So thank you, Andy, for keeping watch over us today in studio and generally. So teams ready back in with the volleyball round. Due to the coin flip, we'll start with St. Rita on the volleyball. The rules are very simple. Each question's worth 10 points, just like before, but you'll get to confer with your teammates on an answer. And so the first question for the round goes to St. Rita. Name the epic poem attributed to Homer in which a Greek hero's journey home from the Trojan War is interrupted by encounters with sirens, the monsters Scylla and Charybdis, and the witch Kirke.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Sorry, no, it's a fantastic guess, though. This is the Odyssey. Over to Willowbrook for their first question. What franchise's 2024 video game Outlaws is a single-player action-adventure game set in the same universe as the games Empire at War and The Clone Wars Jedi Alliance?
Star Wars.
Star Wars is correct there for the first 10 points there. And back to St. Rita. What kind of rock is formed by the extreme heat of volcanic activity, unlike sedimentary rock or metamorphic rocks?
Igneous.
Igneous is absolutely correct for 10 points. Back to Willowbrook. Thales' theorem concerns what type of line segment, which is the longest chord of a circle at a length of twice the radius?
Diameter.
Diameter is correct with the math knowledge there. Thales' theorem says that if you draw a triangle inscribed in a circle, the longest side is the diameter must mean the triangle is a right triangle. You'll see that in geometry class. Back to St. Rita. The Code of Bushido was followed by what warriors? A class of nobility that existed from the medieval era to the 19th century in Japan.
Samurai.
Samurai is correct for 10 points to St. Rita. Back to Willowbrook. An Ernest Lawrence Thayer poem about what sport chronicles the sad defeat of the Mudville Nine when Mighty Casey strikes out swinging?
Baseball.
Baseball is correct. The poem is Casey at the bat. Back to St. Rita. A so-called man cub named Mowgli is raised by a wolf pack in rural India and learns the laws of the animal kingdom from Baloo the bear in what novel by Rudyard Kipling?
The Jungle Book.
Jungle Book is correct for 10 points. Novel and the film. Film's a bit more familiar at this point. Back to Willowbrook. What white marble mausoleum was built in Agra, India in the 17th century as a tomb for Mumtaz, the wife of Mughal Emperor
Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal is correct, exactly. Back to St. Rita. What policy was announced by Abraham Lincoln shortly after the Battle of Antietam and established that all Southern slaves were free?
The Emancipation Proclamation.
Is exactly correct for 10 points to St. Rita. Back to Willowbrook. What musical note's minor key is the key of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? This note's major key has no sharps or flats and can be played on a piano using only white keys.
C.
C is correct. Nicely done, Anne, there. Music theory. Back to St. Rita. In 2024, what artist covered Jolene and Blackbird alongside the singles 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em on the country and Americana-inspired album Cowboy Carter?
Beyonce.
Beyonce is correct for 10 points. Back to Willowbrook. Odysseus claimed that his name was Nobody in order to fool Polyphemus, who was what kind of mythical creature?
God.
Sorry, no. And that's the end of the round. Bookending the round with tricky Odyssey questions there. That is a Cyclops. Polyphemus was a Cyclops. And so after the volleyball round, we have Willowbrook still on top, 120-90 over St. Rita. We'll be right back with more points, but before the points, we have the Bergstrom bonus question. Play along at home now.
What American-born member of the British royal family got her start in the legal drama Suits?
Welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. Both teams held serve in the volleyball round. We've got Willowbrook 120, St. Rita 90, and those scores will stay right there for the moment because it's time for the Bergstrom bonus question. Points won't be awarded here, but a pizza party from Lino's of Rockford will be. So, both teams, fingers on buzzers. It is a buzzing question. Best of luck. What American-born member of the British royal family got her start in the legal drama Suits? Time's up there. That is Meghan Markle. Suits a fantastic show, and Meghan Markle celebrating her 43rd birthday this weekend. We'll find a home for the pizza party momentarily, but first, these messages. Thank you. Welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. It's time for the Nika IBEW Lightning Rounds. We've got Willowbrook 120, St. Rita 90, and Willowbrook will control the first choice. Your category choices are the anatomy of tiny creatures, Roman gods and goddesses, or baseball teams.
Roman gods and goddesses.
Roman gods and goddesses is the pick. So you'll have 60 seconds to deliberate on these 10 questions. Each is worth 10 points. Anything that you get right is worth 10 points, and anything that you don't, St. Rita will have a chance with 30 seconds of their own to take them for 10 points apiece. Remember, you can pass if you'd like to come back to one later. So, Roman gods and goddesses, here are the directions. I'll give you the Greek deity with whom a Roman god or goddess was associated. You name the Roman god or goddess. So, ready for 60 seconds? Here we go. Zeus, god of the sky.
Jupiter.
Is correct. Hera, queen of the gods.
Pass.
Pass. Poseidon, god of the sea.
Neptune.
Correct. Aphrodite, goddess of love.
Diana.
Sorry, no. Hermes, the messenger god.
Pass.
Athena, the goddess of wisdom.
Pass.
Artemis, goddess of the hunt.
Pass.
Hephaestus, god of the forge.
Pass.
Hestia, goddess of the home.
Pass.
Demeter, goddess of the harvest.
Pass.
Back up to Hera, queen of the gods. And time's up there. Very tricky. We'll see how St. Rita does. 30 seconds, not a lot of time. So again, you can pass if you'd like to skip one. St. Rita, are you ready? All right. Given a Greek deity with whom they're associated, name the following Roman god or goddess. First up, Hera, queen of the gods.
Pass.
Pass. Aphrodite, goddess of love.
Cupid.
Sorry, no. Hermes, the messenger god.
Pass.
Athena, the goddess of wisdom.
Pass.
Artemis, goddess of the hunt.
Orion.
Sorry, no. Hephaestus, god of the forge.
Pass.
Hestia, goddess of the home.
Pass.
Demeter, goddess of the harvest.
Pass.
Back up to Hera, queen of the gods. Time's up there. That's a very tricky one. We're often more familiar with the Greek versions. So Hera is Roman analogy is Juno. For Aphrodite, we're going for Venus. Hermes is Mercury. Athena is Minerva. Artemis is Diana, which I'd heard from an earlier one there. Hephaestus is Vulcan. Hestia is Vesta. And Demeter is Ceres. So, challenging there. St. Rita, your option for a lightning round. The two remaining categories are anatomy of tiny creatures or baseball teams.
Baseball teams.
Baseball teams is the pick. Flipping over to that. The instructions on this one, I will name a player who was on the 2024 opening day roster, and I'll give you some additional information. You name the Major League Baseball team that they played for. Note that you can answer with the geographic name or the team name, unless the place has multiple teams, in which case I'll say prompt, and you'll have to be more specific. So, 60 seconds for St. Rita. Willowbrook, be ready to bounce any back with your 30 seconds. Again, name the baseball teams. St. Rita, are you ready? Here we go. Seiya Suzuki with home games at Wrigley Field.
Cubs.
Correct. Eloy Jimenez with home
White
games.
Sox.
Is correct. Rafael Devers with home games at Fenway Park in Massachusetts.
Red Sox.
Is correct. Shohei Ohtani, who moved across town.
Dodgers.
Dodgers is correct. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the only.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays is correct. Top prospect Jackson Chourio, the only MLB team in Wisconsin.
Brewers.
Is correct. Aaron Judge, often called a Bronx Bomber.
Yankees.
Is correct. Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt at home in Busch Stadium.
Pass.
Julio Rodriguez in the Pacific Northwest.
Marlins.
Sorry, no. Ronald Acuna Jr., who was injured when they beat the Astros in the 2021 World Series.
Guardians.
Sorry, no. And back up to Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt at home in Busch Stadium.
Angels.
Sorry, no. Good guesses there. We've got 70 points for the first 7 for St. Rita. Willowbrook, bouncing back 3 parts of your own. You'll have 30 seconds. Take as much or as little time on each of these as you like. Okay. Leaf and crew, are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. So baseball teams, name the baseball teams for which these players played. Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt at home in Busch Stadium.
Dodgers.
Sorry, no. Julio Rodriguez in the Pacific Northwest.
Angels.
Sorry, no. And Ronald Acuna Jr., who was injured when they beat the Astros in the 2021 World Series.
Rangers.
Sorry, no. All good guesses there. So no points extra for Willowbrook there. Those last 3 answers. Arenado and Goldschmidt play for the Cardinals in St. Louis and Busch Stadium. Julio Rodriguez in the Pacific Northwest, more of a geography question there. Seattle Mariners. And Ronald Acuna Jr. plays for the Atlanta Braves. So the lightning round turns the tables. We have St. Rita up 160, Willowbrook 140, going into the Mercy Health Final Challenge, where questions are worth 20 points. So this is a 1-question game. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl Junior Edition. We've got a great close game between St. Rita and Willowbrook, score of 160-140, which means going into the Mercy Health Final Challenge, that is a 20-point gap, a 1-question gap. It's back to toss-up, so fingers on buzzers. Both teams, best of luck. First question. What river, which meets the much darker Rio Negro near the city of Manaus, has the largest discharge volume of any river in that is Wyland?
Rio de Janeiro.
Sorry, no. I'll finish the question for Willowbrook. Has the largest discharge volume of any river in the world and is crossed by no permanent bridges in the South American rainforest? Lucas.
The Amazon?
Amazon is correct. There are no bridges crossing the Amazon River. Question 2. What facility had a new safe confinement built in 2016 to protect a massive concrete sarcophagus that was built in 1986 after its number 4 reactor violently... That is Gabe.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl is correct for 20 points. Next question. What term did Alexander Calder use to describe his work Lobster Trap and Fishtail, since it was a hanging sculpture whose pieces could be moved by air currents? That is Lucas.
Wind chime?
Sorry, no, it's a good guess. St. Rita, a chance at it. Time's up there. Tricky art question. These are mobiles. Next question. What Egyptian god was worshipped at Sinopolis, the city of dogs? And that is Lucas.
Ra?
Sorry, no, I'll finish for St. Rita. And judged the weighing of the feather of Maat in the underworld, and was often portrayed with a jackal's head. That is Wyland.
Anubis.
Anubis is correct for 20 points. Next question. An early 2024 craze for what product attracted... That is Wyland.
Stanley's.
That is correct. Stanley Cups for 20 points. Good anticipation. What man used a Henry Pelham drawing as a model for his own engraving of the Boston Massacre and helped William Dawes warn colonial forces at... That is Wyland.
Paul Revere.
Is correct in time. 20 points. Good pull at the end. Next question. An eccentricity of 1 indicates what mathematical shape, which is the trajectory of both a comet that can only pass by Earth once and of a cannonball fired into the air? That is Leaf.
Sphere?
Sorry, no. St. Rita, chance at it. Wyland.
Angle.
Sorry, no. This is a parabola. Tricky physics question there. Next question. What English author created the characters Professor Challenger, Inspector Lestrade, Professor Moriarty, and Dr. John Watson, who lives at 221B Baker Street? That is Leaf.
Sherlock Holmes?
Sorry, no. I'll finish for St. Rita, who lives at 221B Baker Street with the consulting detective Sherlock Holmes. Carla.
Watson.
Sorry, no. It's good Sherlock Holmes knowledge there, Leaf. Sorry, going for the author. The author is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Next question. What property changes when phenolphthalein is added to a solution to indicate acidity? Cone cells in the human eye can detect this property in shades of red, green, and that is Lucas.
Color.
Color is correct. Good buzzer speed there for 20 points. And that's the end of the match. We have a final score of St. Rita 240, Willowbrook 180. St. Rita, congratulations. The Saints move on to our quarterfinals. And Willowbrook, Wolverines, fantastic game, a lot of really good buzzes there. Who here is an 8th grader? Leaf and Ann. So there's always another game of Quiz Bowl, and we'll see you two in the State Line Quiz Bowl Proper Edition. Levi and Lucas, we'll see you in State Line Quiz Bowl also proper, but Junior Edition next year, we hope. And we'll see you next week with our next play-in game. See you then.